What's up? Crown Council Live, me and Chip. Hey, Spence.
Hey, how's it going, Stu?
Very good. We are broadcasting from the same office, Crown Council in Salt Lake City. Grateful to have you with us. We are happy to share our live stream today with you, and hopefully, we've got a couple guests, a couple recorded guests, and some fun stuff to talk about. So, Spence, how are you?
Man, great. It's getting a little cooler here, fall time in Salt Lake City, which
Yeah.
also makes me super excited for the annual event that is coming up.
It is like we're right around the corner. We've booked all of our presenters. We are now in full swing. This is when everybody really gravitates to start signing up, booking hotels. You're with resource partners that are coming online to get their spots reserved. So it is a really fun time for us with the Crown Council annual event.
Yeah.
If you're watching and don't know what the annual event is, I'm going to share my screen real quick. This is the annual gathering of the Crown Council, and all the practices and team. Am I sharing the right screen?
Yep, that's great.
Okay. uh, all the Crown Council team members and teams gather together in 3 days of, as it says here, face to face to share and grow. We awards, community involvement, main stage speakers, hands-on learning. It is absolutely the most undental meeting that you can go to. And we're so excited. We're going to be in Salt Lake this year in our hometown, which is always so fun to share. Spence, maybe share a little bit about what you have planned
Yeah.
to share some of the
Oh man,
Utah with them. Yeah.
so fun. So everybody knows we do have some people coming into town even early to go on. We have a snowmobile expedition all set up. We have tickets to ski up at Snowbird and are helping with transportation and rental gear to come out and enjoy the snow in the Utah mountains a day before you get into the annual event. So really fun.
Very fun. And usually the annual event revolves around going to a destination that's a little warmer in the middle of winter. And every once in a while, we embrace winter and come to Salt Lake City and share our mountains and our beautiful snow and everything that's happening in Salt Lake. So hopefully you'll be able to join us there. As always, the annual event will sell out and spaces are limited. So right here on crowncouncil.com, you can go to the annual event tab, and there is an opportunity here to register. Click here to register, and it'll take you to the 28th annual event registration page where you and your team can participate. So hopefully you can join us.
Yeah.
Another fun thing that's going on actually right now, Rivers for Hope. This is an incredible little program that was introduced to Crown Council by Dr. Jared Tyre, and they met in our office. Was it Tuesday? They were here. Yeah,
Yep.
so they left for this big. It's a fishing trip. I'm gonna play a little video of Jared describing his thought process behind this, but really fun opportunity for members to engage in something a little different, CE, but also an opportunity to do good. So I'm going to play. Should I play that little video, Chip?
Yeah. Yep. Let's check it out.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here's me and Jared on Tuesday talking about Rivers for Hope. They are shoving off with their group to Rivers of Hope. They're going up to Yellowstone. Jared, maybe tell us just real quick, what is Rivers of Hope and your vision for what's happening this week?
You bet. Hey, Rivers of Hope, family foundation that my wife Heather and I put together in honor of our grandparents. And really just an opportunity for those who are looking for some sort of an adventure with the Crown Council that has continuing education included in it, and maybe a few surprises along the way that nobody expects. Kind of some fun, but a group of dentists and their closest loved ones come out and have a great family experience on some of the most famous fly fishing waters that the West has to offer.
Very
And
cool.
these are all waters that Heather and I have fished for a long time with our families. So we're really excited.
Such a fun thing to share with everyone else, which is kind of how it all started. We also launched this off at the annual event. If you were there, people came up, signed up, kind of put their name in the hat, a lot like we used to do on the motorcycle trips. And that's why this is so fun for me is Jared, as a Crown Council member, wanted to share something that he loved with his family, with the rest of the community. Like such a fun experience. How many people are going, Jared, on the trip today?
Got 36 people on this trip, so it's a full boat. And I use that pun in, sorry, had to say it, but it's going to be great. And we're heading up. I have to say shout out to Marcus and Melanie Stones, because their family has graciously donated a very discounted rate, their big family cabin up in Island Park, Idaho.
Cool.
And so we're gonna have a ball. It's gonna be great.
There's a lot of puns we could use, like, oh, we lured all these people in. Just
When we're done, they're all hooked.
they're hooked.
Yeah.
Maybe how much money will be donated to Smiles for Life because of the trip?
We'll probably net about $45,000 for
Wow.
Smiles for Life, which we're really excited for. And of course, all of that is going to go and help our folks in Esperanza and all of our efforts at in the Dominican Republic there. So
Very cool.
where our heart lies close there. So
Yeah, me and you will go on the March trip. And I just interviewed Alex from Esperanza, so I'll play her interview with us in just a minute. So very cool to have her on the trip this time with you.
yeah, we're excited to have Alex and Dr. Patricia come. They're our honored guests this trip, and we're just really excited to explore the waters of Yellowstone with a couple of Dominican republics.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So people that are interested for 2023, are you going to do it again?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So 2023, look for dates to come. I think we're talking May. They may be posted already. So I have to take a look at that.
I'll look and let everybody know.
Let everybody know, but it's the Missouri River, which is
Whoa.
a fantastic place up in Craig, Montana.
Cool.
Absolute beautiful waters. We'll be actually not just on the Missouri River, but we'll probably be on the Blackfoot. So if you have any inkling of what the Blackfoot River is all about, you know that is based in the famous book and then subsequent movie, A River Runs Through It.
Nice.
So we will be on those rivers, the Dearborn, maybe the Smith, we'll see. But those are great rivers.
Very cool. You know, Jared, the one thing that I'll say as we wrap up is being part of the Crown Council community sometimes requires you to maybe step out into different spaces and mingle with people that you wouldn't normally mingle with. And that often happens in things like this, maybe not at a dental CE trip. Some of my best friends in Crown Council come from the Dominican trips that I go on. And that is just maybe an uncomfortable place where we are getting to know each other, and in situations where you just make a friend in kind of a different place in a ballroom or in a educational setting. So if you want to be part of this community, this is such a fun way to do it, to go out and branch out and meet new people. So anything else?
Yeah. Let me just to feed off of that. That's the whole reason why I am as involved in the Crown Council as I am. And it was Roy Hammond and his son, Chris, that got me out on a motorcycle ride. I've never been on a motorcycle ever. My wife thought I was crazy, but this is what drives us, right? To grow and to learn and to just get to know other people. It's about relationships. And sometimes the best relationships are made when you're in an uncomfortable situation or you're doing something you're not familiar with and having an adventure. So come along with us. Love to take you fly fishing.
I love it. Thanks, Jared. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Stuart. Take care.
Oh, what a good guy.
Right? So they've got a group of 36. They're all up in Yellowstone right now. And just in case you missed the model, this was all Jared's idea. He planned the trip. He figured out a way to charge people for it. Then they traveled up together. He's hosting them. He's taking care of Crown Council members. Steve Anderson is up there offering CE. And then the money that is raised is donated to Smiles for Life, which then in turn is used for humanitarian trips. So a very similar model used in the old Harley rides and the group that Dr. Hammond used to take. So pretty cool. Good stuff. Will we ever go on that, Chip? You're a fly fisherman.
I would love to be on there. Yeah. I got to throw my hat in the ring.
Yeah, Joey threw his hat in the ring way early. He wanted a piece of that way before us. Very cool. Hey, very good. So we are grateful to have a resource partner guest with us today. I don't know her as well as you do, which is always a nice thing to have you on. Maybe before we bring her in, Chip, will you describe a little bit about how we met? I believe we call her Maya.
Maya Tran. Yeah.
Maya Tran. Will you talk a little bit about her, and then we'll welcome her in.
Yes, absolutely. So what is most beneficial to the Crown's listening is that Maya Tran has a background. She has been working in a dental practice for years, and while working in the dental practice, starts to realize that all of these incentive trips that practices host or try to put together for motivating their teams, like we have heard the last few weeks that we have been hosting these calls, most of the office managers talk about the incentives of the office are one of the main drivers of the practice. And so Maya Tran said, I'm developing and building a business that is going to help with travel, becoming a travel agency. Their business name is All In Travel. So as they approached us at the Crown Council, we said, we understand that many of our practices host and put on these different trips, and to be able to reach out to a familiar face and someone within the Crown Council that understands and knows this, we thought, what a great resource partner.
Yeah, nice. Maybe let's bring her in, and we'll talk to Maya about her business. And I've got some specific questions for her that we've gone back and forth with to make sure that we understand what she does and how this directly benefits a Crown Council office or any Crown Council office.
Yeah.
All right. Maya's connecting to audio. I don't know if she can hear us yet. Can you hear us? Maybe not. Hi. Very good. The big, we can't hear you yet. The biggest question that Greg wanted us to ask her was, which we will ask is, we can't hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Hear you now.
Hey,
Hi. All right. Welcome to Crown Council Live. Spence gave you a little bit of an introduction, your background and where you're working from. We're grateful to have you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about, we've got a few questions here. What is your online, the travel agency that you work for? Maybe you can just talk a little bit about it first.
Okay, so obviously my name is Maya Tran, and our travel agency is called All In Travel Vacation. My daughter and I formed this travel agency because we just love the aspect of just traveling. It just obviously brings me all the joy and happiness of traveling. Mm-hmm. And we want that same experience for, anybody who is out there wishing to travel. And, the relaxation that comes with it, the connections, the activities, just the de-stress from just work and life.
Right. And it's funny because my personality, Greg's personality, I know Spencer's personality, and maybe a lot of the Crown Council offices is, listen, I'll just type in traveling to Dallas, hotel, flights, car. And so I'm online. It's so easy now. Tell us why hiring a travel agent is better than just online searches and systems.
Okay, so let me just kind of tell you a little bit about what online searches are. You know, obviously when you do that Google, well, you are your own travel agent. Right. It is a self-service platform, as I call it. And then guess what? You get to read all the reviews, figure out all the different location. Is it safe to go there? Is it not safe to go there? And then next thing you know, it's like, okay, well, I need to book 12 rooms. Okay, but I need some that have different bed configurations, or if I want some adjoining rooms because some of the ladies, we want to chat. How do you go about doing that? So you don't get that personal touches as you do with hiring a travel agent. We have such a vast amount of knowledge base. We will do the research for you, find you the deals, um, find the best locations, create this itinerary that meets your budget. We all know about budget, so we got to keep with that. And just presenting that and let you choose which options is best for you. And there are so many different things that relates to travel agency and just the benefit of just working with a travel agent.
Very good. Yeah, a lot of the Crown Council offices have been taught every 90 days to do some sort of camping experience. That's part of a great culture and a practice is maybe it's going to dinner together, maybe it's attending a CE together. But traveling is a huge part of being part of a dental team, especially if you're going to CE or moving around to different states. Specifically, traveling to the Crown Council annual event. I know you've helped a few teams participate in that. Maybe you could talk about what are the biggest benefits of working just with you. I mean, how is it that that working with you is beneficial to a team?
Obviously, working with us is time and effort. Imagine, if a dental office trying to book this, well, guess who's going to be doing it? It's probably the office manager, right?
Right.
So, she or he's gonna spend hours and hours figuring out, okay, well, I got to get 12 people on the same flight. How am I going to do that? Well, you go on to whatever flight software, you're not going to be able to book all 12 on the same flight. You're going to have to piecemeal it together. And then on top of that, you're going to have to wait online or call somebody to see if they can help you. Well, that would be, I can tell you it's at least 2 hour wait. And working with us, the benefit is we have a direct connections with our suppliers, whether it's flight, whether it's hotel, whether it's a spa package or a golf event. We have that direct connections to where we know exactly who to call and who to get with. And on top of that, there are discount and promotions that the suppliers tells us about that the public is not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that coordination and time saving and energy and effort, that's what you're going to get for the benefit of working with us. And we stay with you or work with you from start to end, making sure that you get onto your flight. Any changes to your flight, about accommodations from there to the hotel, etc. That's the benefit of working with the travel agent. And we are the advocate for you. If something happens, well, guess what? We're on the phone. We're calling the supply and we're like, okay, we're going to have to resolve this problem right now.
Nice.
So.
Very cool. Chip, any questions?
Just a great service, Mike. It's good to hear your feedback on it. And I think, as I mentioned before you hopped on, with your background in dentistry, you understand the benefit of being able to plan a team, as Stu called it, camping trip, and being together. So yes. Your background is perfect for what you're doing for this group.
Well, I appreciate that very much. We have supported Crown Council and Smile for Life Foundation even before we form our travel agency. And the reason why we love Crown Council and Smile for Life and want to be a partner with them is that, or with you guys, is that, you guys do so much good. You create such a positive environment. And, we love to be a part of it. And, our main purpose is, again, to create that relationship with any dental offices. It's just not like a one time and that's it. We're there to create that long lasting memories and that experience. And, our motto is that we want to make every adventure with extraordinary memories, worth remembering. And so that's what we're all about. And we just love to be a part of Crown Council, all in all.
Very cool. Maya, what's the best way for Crown Council office to work with you or to connect with you?
On our website, which is www.crowncouncil.com, allintravel.com. It has our, book of consultations. It has our phone number out there. It has, you can join our newsletter. I don't know if you see on my background there's a QR code that you can even scan and get to our website. And our, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So all that information is out there for you guys to book. The one thing that I want to also mention is that we have a free consultation, so there's no obligation for you at all. We're there to help you experience the best possible trip ever. So that's what we're all about.
Very cool. Yeah. So this is allintravelvacation.com, and very cool. So free consultation, and that's for anybody, not just Crown Council members.
Correct.
Very good.
Everybody.
Okay, we will post this on the Crown Council website and make sure that they can connect with you and ask any questions, and at least just try this out. I know that I have never worked with a travel agent before, but just having someone to navigate me through the top 25 hotels in Augusta, Georgia would be worth all the money in the world to not have to do that. So
yes, believe me. And I know that during COVID, there was a lot of cancellations. Even think about it. Even if you get hurricane weather, or if you get COVID and you have to postpone your trip, what are you going to do? You're going to have to start calling whoever you're working with to see if they can do it for you, and hopefully they can help you. While with us, you just call one person, and guess what? We're going to take care of your flight. We're going to take care of your hotel. We're going to take care of your transportations, whatever event or activity that you already booked. We're going to be there to help you through that whole process. And that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you. We're grateful to have you as a resource partner. Thanks for joining us on Crown Council Live.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Very cool. Well, great service. Cool. Great find. Yeah, great find. The fun part too is that she is coming from a Crown Council office. That's where she used to work. So she knows our culture and knows a little bit about how Crown Council works. Pretty cool. Good story.
Very cool.
Very good. All right. Our final guest of the day is coming to us from Esperanza International. She's actually the CEO. As Jared mentioned, Alex is on the fishing trip with him. She flew from, she's lived in the Dominican for the last 12 years, but now she lives down in Florida. So she is part of the Esperanza team. I'm going to just give a quick background of what Esperanza does. So when you travel to the Dominican Republic with the Crown Council Smiles for Life humanitarian team, the Esperanza in-country hosts, they greet us and they meet us there. And they are our in-country hosts for anyone participating in a humanitarian trip. And I mean, right, Chip, they're at the hotel.
Yeah.
They're at the airport when we walk off the gate.
Yeah.
They're on the bus with us. They feed us lunch. This is truly an in-country host and friends from the very beginning. And you'll hear that story about why from Alex, and why this is such a big deal for them, why we're one of their oldest partners, and how our partnership works together. We're super grateful for this partnership. Alex and Dr. Patricia, who is from Esperanza, they join us at the annual event every year. They're always part of the team and part of being together at that big gathering with everyone else. So they are truly part of our Crown Council family.
Absolutely. So good.
So I've got a 15-minute recorded interview with her. She was here in the office Tuesday, and obviously she's out on the fishing trip now, so couldn't be live with us. So I'll play this little. Ready? Should I play it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll play this little video, and you'll get to meet Alex, and you'll realize real quick why she's the CEO of this company. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it. Okay, welcome Crown Council Live. I am Stuart Anderson. joined today. You're actually in the other office from me, but we are together in the same office.
We're together in spirit.
We
Stuart.
are together. It's just I have no way of filming us sitting side by side. So here we are. This is Alex Nunez. Did I say your last name right? I hate
I
pronouncing.
am so impressed that you said the Nunez, right?
Thank you.
Nunez.
Thank
Nunez.
you.
Yeah,
Although her title says Greg at the bottom of she's using Greg's laptop.
I am.
Alex, welcome. Alex works for Esperanza International, our partner in our humanitarian trips in the Dominican Republic.
Mhm.
She said she doesn't care about titles, but CEO of Esperanza.
And I'm actually right now in Salt Lake City.
Yes. And
Yeah.
tell us why you're here. What's going on?
I am here for the Rivers for Hope event that's this week, led by Dr. Jared, and we are going to go fly fishing in Yellowstone Park.
I can't believe it. It's going to
Yeah,
be.
I'm really excited. This is a first for me.
They are. So everyone's gathered here in the office, the Rivers for Hope trip. And you guys are taking off today up to Yellowstone.
Yes.
And I thought before you took off, this is like once in a lifetime for Crown Council Live to have you on. I thought we'd talk a little bit about who you are,
Mhm.
about what Esperanza does, and how we're partners together when
Yeah.
our Crown Council teams go down to meet with you and work in the Dominican Republic. So maybe just give a little bit of background of where you're from, what you do, and how you live, what you do for work. Can you start there?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, go for it.
So, as you mentioned, my name is Alex. I'm first generation American. My parents are from originally Dominican Republic,
Okay.
and I was born and raised in Florida. Typical childhood, middle class America. And then my dad owned his own business and he had an auto shop. And so, from a very young age, I was very interested in business, went to university to study business, and then landed in a small company called Lockheed Martin, where I worked for 12 years
Okay.
in the area of operations. And so I worked in the business line of business related to missiles. And so I was doing that for a hot minute for those 11, 12 years, learning a lot about processes, learning a lot about procedures, learning about quality control, customer service, learning about P&L, balance sheet. But always in the back of my mind, I had a passion for microfinance because I also studied, along with international business, I studied economics. And in my junior year of university, I learned about microfinance, micro being small, finance meaning money, providing small business loans for entrepreneurs so they can provide for their families. And so always in the back of my mind, I had this dream and passion to work overseas in the area of faith-based microfinance, that intersection of how do I incorporate my faith, but in a business context, but also with connection with the social impact. And so fast forward in 2012, I had the privilege and honor to be able to join the Esperanza team. And so with Esperanza is that combination of the faith aspect, the business aspect, and then the social impact. And so for me, it was a dream come true because I am not only going to serve in the country where my parents are from, but I'm also going to do something that I'm very passionate about. And
Nice.
so that's a little bit about me, Stuart.
Yeah, there. Yeah, right. You are Esperanza's dream come true. I think it's the other way around.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like the fact that you come from missiles and then you go into finance. I know that
Nice.
kind of scares people a little bit, but that's really what happened. I worked all those years in working in missiles, and that was great in the sense of I learned so much, but it was a preparation that only God could foresee because I had no idea that I'd be moving from that sector over to microfinance, and it's
Very
been
cool.
exciting.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
Alex, when we go down to serve in the Dominican Republic, we are usually together. You are there, greeting and meeting with the humanitarian teams. And our partnership, our relationship with Esperanza International is what makes, in my opinion, is what makes the trips, our humanitarian trips that we take down to the Dominican so special. It's what sets us apart and what sets the opportunity apart from just going down and like, I don't know, doing teeth work or pulling teeth. Maybe you could describe, Alex, how our partnership, what Esperanza does, and then how we work together.
Yeah, I love telling the Esperanza story because you guys talk about, it's more than pulling teeth. Well, the Esperanza story started actually in 1985 with this young baseball player who was signed up in the MLB. and he went down to play baseball. His name is Dave Valley. He went to play baseball in what we call fall ball, because in the States, it's in the springtime. Usually baseball is in the springtime, but in Dominican Republic is in the opposite time. So American baseball players go down to Dominican Republic to improve their game by playing in the off season. And so Dave went to play, and he was in a stadium, just finished a game, came out of the game, and all these kids came surrounding him, kids without shirts, without shoes. And he was thinking, oh, they want what kids always want in the States, which is an autograph. But that's not what they wanted. They wanted food. And so him and his wife, who just recently became parents, they had a 4-month-old baby at this time named Philip. They went across the street, went to a small business owner, bought all the fried chicken, bought all the French fries, and bought all the food from this entrepreneur, and fed all the children. And they were so excited. The kids are eating chicken. They're waving at Dave and his wife. They get on the big bus, the team bus, to head back to Santo Domingo. And his wife said, how do you feel? And he's like, I feel great. And she said, they're going to be hungry tomorrow. And at that moment in 1985, they made a promise that if Dave became anybody important and big in baseball, and he had an opportunity to financially support, he would go back to Dominican Republic. So fast forward 10 years later, 1995, he got his first multi-year contract. His wife tapped him on the shoulder and said, remember that promise we made 10 years ago? Let's go back. And that is what gave birth to Esperanza International. And the name Esperanza means hope in English. And it's based on the Bible verse, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans of good and not of evil, of a hope and a future. And so the idea that Dave had was, he grew up as a child of a single mom. Unfortunately, his dad died, and saw how much his mom worked to provide for all, I think it's 8 children, for all 8 children. He's number 4 in the batting order if you talk to him. And what he said is like, hey, if I can help a mom, then I can help the children. Because there was all these ideas of different things to do, like orphanages and food bank. But he said, we need to find a sustainable way to help provide for mom. And so that's where Esperanza came from, in the microfinance. So what is microfinance? A small business loan to help an individual like a Maria, let's call her Maria, so she can get a loan for $300 so she can start a fruit business, a convenience store, a small little business, so she can generate the income to provide for their families. Now, that is the financial side. But here's another side of Esperanza most people don't know about, which is non-financial. And what that means is health and education. And this is where Smiles for Life comes in, because you can't only provide individuals with capital, but you need to educate them. Why? What am I going to do with this? Who is my customer? How do I do quality service? So how do I do a business plan? How do I know how to execute my business in the community? And how do I do my accounts receivable? Every office that you guys serve in the Crown Council has these same questions. But guess what? A person that takes out a $300 loan has the same challenges. And so what we do is we provide training either in person or now virtually on an app, but we also provide health services like cervical cancer screening, which is the number 2 cancer in Dominican Republic after breast cancer. But another service is where we partner with Smiles for Life. So Smiles for Life has been a partner of Esperanza since 2007. I believe it's one of our longest partnerships that we have. And with the partnership with Smiles for Life, the teams come down and they join the Esperanza team. They join with Esperanza clients, and they have what I would call a dance. And it is where the dentists come in, they come in with their families, as well as the staff comes in, make sure to do all the logistics. But then the clients, or what we call associates, come in and they get served. But we have so many testimonies of individuals that come in with the face down. They've been embarrassed to smile for a very long time. And after a Smiles for Life activity, they leave with a smile, they leave with their shoulders back, they leave with their head up. Because Esperanza is just not about the loan part. It's more than just the loan. It's being able to help meet that person in all the different needs that they have, be it financial, be it spiritual, be it social, be it with health. And Smiles for Life has been a great partner in helping us achieve that mission.
Nice. That was very. I feel like you maybe have explained that before. It's really good.
Maybe once or twice before.
Very
I
cool.
just know that I don't want it to be a monologue story. So jump in, ask me any questions, please.
That was good. You know, when we go and serve in the different communities, we get to meet these associates. So oftentimes they're introduced before we start to serve, and we learn about their business, we learn about their history, their family. And from a community leadership standpoint, it is one of the most special things that we are a part of, which is someone who has taken the initiative, who's gotten alone, and started a business that is now helping the community to be better, not just with the business, but now, like you said, financial services also provide health service and education, and the community kind of rises around this leader, which is so fun to see. I think it takes a couple days for those that are participating to recognize, oh, we're not just randomly picking communities and setting up a clinic. These are chosen communities that, you know, you've scouted, and they're prepared for us, and the opportunity to go there is actually something that is very special for them as they're waiting for the service to happen. So a pretty cool, very cool part. Hey, maybe one last question.
Please.
When you see dental teams come and serve, what would you say to a practice who maybe they want to come, they're on the fence, man, is it worth it? What would you say to somebody who you are encouraging to go and participate?
Honestly, it really depends on the vision that that leader of that practice has. If the vision of the leader is to create a culture of generosity, create a culture of service, create a culture of understanding that that we can use our skills, our times, and our treasures to bless not only our community locally, but maybe communities that we're partner with overseas, then that's really where it starts, Stuart, because we can share all the beautiful pictures and we can share all the testimony. But if that leader doesn't have the vision of being able to open up a whole new way of creating bonding with the team, because it's not just about serving the associates. When that doctor goes out there and his team is out there and they're sweating under, in wooden places and tin places, there's a bonding that's going on. When there's a challenge that comes with the patient, they're coming around saying, hey, we don't have all the tools and we may not have everything we have back home, but how are we innovatively, creatively think of a solution? And it creates almost new muscles that that team probably doesn't have to deal with back home. And there's a bonding that happens, but it also gives a worldview of understanding that, one of the things that I like when the teams come down is when they bring their children. And I'm not necessarily talking about little babies because they're not really sure what's going on. But when you bring these 7, 8, 9, 12-year-olds and they start getting a vision of, whoa, my life is not like this in the United States. And I'm playing with kids who are just as excited as me, but their conditions are not the same. You're already planting the seeds in these children to have a worldview very different than individuals that are just used to in the comfort of everybody they're used to seeing. And so I think, these trips create so many different kind of ripple effects. It helps the leader build team building with the team. It creates new worldview. It creates this culture of generosity. It creates this understanding that we're all connected, even though they might be in Alaska or Utah or Dominican Republic. We're all connected, and everybody's doing their part to make everyone's life a little bit better. And you're right. It's not about pulling teeth. Guess what? I've been involved in plenty of extractions. Will that extraction change that person's life? In some cases, I've seen at least a couple cases, and the answer is yes. The infection was getting so bad, it was eventually going to get to their brain. But in most cases, the answer is no, but you had an interaction with someone that probably didn't have access to those services, and you treated them with dignity and respect. And that day, that person knew that they were important. And that makes a huge difference.
It does. I love that. It's not about the teeth.
It's not about the teeth.
Very good. Hey, I am very grateful for you. Crown Council and Smiles for Life is Esperanza's biggest fan. We're so grateful for our partnership and our friendship. And I mean, essentially, we should be eating lunch together right now, but we're doing this instead. So
yes.
Alex wanted to record. We both didn't want lettuce in our teeth. So this
my goodness. This is live, folks. This is live.
Thank you so much. Have fun on Rivers for Hope. Grateful for you. Thank you.
We are so grateful for Smiles for Life. We're grateful for Crown Council and your partnership. And for all of those that are curious, just do it. We'll see you in Dominican Republic. God bless. Bye.
There she
Nice.
is. Pretty good.
Incredible.
Did we miss anything there, Chip? You want to fill in?
Oh man, she started to talk about bringing your family and your kids. I would report on what she said, and I know you would feel the same, Stu. I've been down there. I've worked with her. I've had my daughters, and this fall I get to take my 2 boys down, and just the experience is unmatched. It's just incredible. They do such a good job, and wow, she is just the perfect person to host and run that business. It's incredible.
It is. It's crazy to hear her story, where she's come from, and why she does that job. I mean, she could probably go anywhere and do anything, and that is what she chooses, to be involved in Esperanza International. So super blessed by Alex, and grateful that she could be part of our team. We're thankful for all the trips that are filling up for the humanitarian groups. If you want to participate in a humanitarian trip with the Crown Council, we would love to have you, your family, your team join with us. You are going to want to email Erin, ERIN, at crowncouncil.com. That Erin will get you all the information you need about pricing, which trips are still available, like what's open. They fill up fast, but there are many trips that are being planned and open for 2023. And we would love to have you and your team or your family join us. I'll be in March. Chip's going in October. Yeah, so we're just super grateful to be going and part of this neat. One thing that I think goes along in the same way that Rivers for Hope is, somebody called yesterday, and they're a new member. They want to come to the annual event, and they said, "Well, what are the benefits? What will I learn?" And I think more than anything, as the farther we go down with Young Dentist Program and annual event and Crown Council, it is the community of people that are part of this group that make it so good. And finding ways to participate with the community is really how you get the most out of being a Crown Council member, whether it's finding a Rivers for Hope thing, or a motorcycle trip, or a humanitarian trip, annual event, a total immersion with Tops, going somewhere with your team and building your own personal community and mentors and friends inside the dental world. Oh man, it's the best part about everything that we get to do. So highly encouraged.
Yep. So good.
All right. Well, we're ending a little early today. What are you going to do with your free 17 minutes? What do you think?
Man, it was a powerful 45 minutes.
All good, dude.
Yeah.
All righty, Chip. Well, we'll see you next week. Grateful for you, and thankful we could be together.
Yep. Thanks,
hey, everybody. See ya.